Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're talking right now about this question I was asked a few nights ago. Somebody said, what are some of your biggest regrets in marriage? Ooh, I thought it was a great question. My biggest regrets, things that I have failed at, things I wish I had done better. Do you have regrets in your marriage? Things that you wish you had done better? Things that you would like to erase um, from the relationship history board. What are the regrets? I want to talk about that. I want to get a little personal with you in this episode because sometimes when you meet people like me who champion the marriage relationship and who are constantly trying to help others improve their marriage relationship, sometimes you can think those people must be perfect at it. And let me tell you, I've never been perfect at the marriage relationship. There are things that I wish I had done better, had not done at all, wish that I had done sooner. And I want to get into that in this episode. Hey, I'm Rod Harrison. I am a marriage coach. I'm a speaker, author, pastor, mentor, all those things. I take my work very seriously. I'm grateful for the privilege to lead people in this effort that I call Dream Marriage. I would love to help you build your dream marriage. Hey, let's do it together. I'll get in the background and I'll just whisper in your ear and I'll answer some questions and help you get to your destiny. I want to see your marriage thrive. I want to see it grow. I want to see it blossom. That would be my great privilege. It would be to be a coach and mentor to you and to your spouse so that you can grow your marriage relationship. Before we get into what we're going to talk about today, I want you to go down into the description and I not only want you to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel where you're going to get free content that will help your marriage, that will get your juices flowing, as they say, right? Help you to move the needle in the right direction of your marriage. I want you to also hit the link in the description and get this free resource if you haven't gotten it yet. I want to help you grow your marriage. And so I've created this brief but helpful, I think, resource called the Free Happy Marriage Workshop. And there you're going to learn really the whole structure that I use to help couples all over the country who are part of my Dream Marriage coaching and mentoring program. People who I get to hang out with. I get to answer their questions. I get to share resources with them. I get to help them work through tough issues. And so I want you to get that resource. It is free. There's no obligation. It's just for you. And if you sign up to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel here, then you will continue to get free content from yours truly. I'm putting out a couple videos every week because I want to build a catalog of resources. So in fact, you can help me if you will just put into the comments some things that you'd like me to talk about on this channel. And I got a whole stack of cards, right? I got a whole stack of cards like these that people send me. You can't see them, but people send questions to me. They're like, hey, can you talk about this? And so along the way, I'll be answering some of those questions, talking about some of those things that people bring up. And you can do the same in the comments. I'd be honored to check out some of the things you're interested in hearing about and making videos to be a help to you. Here's what I'd like you to do. In addition, though, would you just share this content with somebody? Just share it with them and give them some hope and some help, some encouragement for their marriage. So let's get into this. My top 3 regrets in marriage. Here's my first big regret. Does this sound grim? It's not grim, really, because I have grown, I have learned, I have work to get better. But my first regret was that I didn't love my wife unconditionally, right? I put a lot of pressure on her, like to work on her problems, right? I put a lot of undue pressure on her to fix her. But what really needed to happen was I needed to work on fixing me. I needed to work on my perspective. I needed to work on my love. I was so deeply insecure as a young man that I put the pressure on her to improve, and I didn't put any pressure on myself to improve. Right? That's when you know you're jacked, right? When you think the only person with problems in the marriage is the other person. And I did that way too long, and I how do I say that? I tremble to think about the damage that I caused to my wife emotionally, right? The ways that I held her back when I could have been building her up, I could have been encouraging her, I could have been walking the journey with her. I was putting the pressure on her to bring something else to the table of our marriage relationship. And I regret that. I've told her as much. She has forgiven me. She has been gracious and kind, and she's watched me become a better leader, a better husband. But one of my regrets, and I would challenge any couple out there, don't focus on your spouse's shortcomings. Focus more on what you can improve in the way that you love and respect your spouse, right? So in Dream Marriage, we focus a lot on developing ourselves, right? We don't neglect working on marriage challenges and places where people are stuck in the relationship, but we put a lot of emphasis on developing ourselves emotionally, especially. And that's probably my second big regret in my marriage to my wife, Sherry. Some of you know we've been married for going on 32 years. Can you believe that? Like, I don't even look that young, do I? Right? Look at that. Look at me. I don't know where all this gray came from. But 32 years almost, we're excited, we're elated. But she had a very immature man to work with. You heard me say it. I was emotionally immature. My big regret is that I didn't work to develop myself emotionally. I put a lot of stress on her because I was so up and down. I told you I was deeply insecure. I know some of y'all are like, really? Yeah, I was. I was a wreck, man. I was, I was, I was so emotionally immature. I didn't know it until one of my coaches finally brought it to my attention. Right? I was showing up wrong. I was showing up, you know, depressed and I'm letting y'all all into my business. Listen, if I hear this stuff on the streets, I'll know it was you. You hear what I'm saying though? Like I just showed up wrong. My moods would take me over, and right, she didn't know what to do with my moodiness. It was just ugly. I was a ugly, ugly dude when it came to my moods. One minute I'm up, next minute I'm down. One minute I want to talk, next minute don't talk to me, leave me alone, I'm fine. Right? I regret putting that kind of weight on her as a young woman, right? This dude she fell in love with who brought it when he brought it, but when his moods were swinging, she was like, "Who in the heck am I dealing with here?" Yeah, I regret not working to develop myself emotionally after a while. And so eventually I had to get myself some help. I got myself some coaches around me. I got some people who could speak to me and who could challenge me, who could help me grow and deal with these emotional wounds that were part of my life, right? I had so much that was unresolved from my upbringing, right? From stuff that happened in my past. I didn't know how to resolve it. I didn't even know how it was affecting me. I was emotionally unaware, and I showed up an emotional wreck. I would be up and down, swinging, right? She'd wake up in the morning, good morning. And I'd be like, ugh. Like, she's like, you were happy last night. Ugh. So I regret being emotionally immature. Can I give you one final? Yeah, one more thing I regret. Let's see. I got so much I could talk to you about. Um, Not developing emotionally, trying to fix her. Here's one: not owning the financial direction of the family. Boom, you heard it right there. I didn't own the financial direction, the financial health of our family. And my wife was stressed because I would come to the bills and I'd be like, don't nobody talk. Like my whole family hated when I would sit down to write the bills because I was so nervous about money. I was so nervous, and I wasn't very generous financially to my own wife. Right? I regret that. I regret that she felt like money was, you know, like a problem. Like I don't, and I had to finally, with again, one of my coaches, one of my mentors said, "Hey, like this is you got to deal with this, right? You got to make the money your family needs and stop putting your wife under all this pressure." Right. If you're better at paying the bills, then you hold that. Don't make her be the one responsible for the finances in the household. And so I had to reconfigure how we navigated our finances. We did that together. We worked to get onto the same page. It's been a joy, really, for the last, I would say, probably the last 20 years or so. Right? It's been a big, big change. Maybe 18 years, but it's been a big change in how we flow financially. And God He's been gracious. He's helped us. He's helped us grow resources and all of that. But it was rough at the beginning, and I regret putting all of that financial weight and pressure on her. Hey, I want to see you live a life in your marriage where you don't have a lot of regrets, right? And you don't carry really heavy regrets. Um, my free Happy Marriage Masterclass, not the masterclass, but this is the Happy Marriage Workshop, is available for you to just begin to get your mind around the 6 key principles that I teach couples from. It really helps them address every issue, every kind of issue in their marriage: issues of anxiety, issues about money, issues about sex, right? If you get a hold of these 6 principles, you can rescue a lot. And so grab the free resources. It's a beginning point for you. I want to just give you something that'll be useful for you. But send me some comments or questions in the comments. Let me know some things you'd like for me to talk about. How can I be helpful to you? And I'm going to share with you, I think I'm going to share a link in this episode that will point you in the direction of a powerful, amazing course on which this whole free Happy Marriage Workshop is built. But I've learned, you can learn, I've gotten better, you can get better, but we cannot get better without being intentional. And so I hope this was helpful to you. I let you into my space a little bit, sharing all of my regrets, some of my failures, some of my big mistakes along the way. But hey, listen, getting better is the key, and you can get better. Listen, I'd be honored to be your coach someday, your mentor in your marriage. So maybe we can connect that way. But yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Hey, I'm Rod Harrison with Dream Marriage. It was great to be here with you today. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.